Today is Monday, April 6th, and the second day of Holy Week. Now you might wonder, what is this Holy Week that we're talking about? Basically, it's the last week of Lent, the week in which we remember the events of Jesus' life as it leads up to his death, which we remember on Good Friday, and his resurrection, which we celebrate with great joy on Easter. Now, the early church was already remembering and celebrating, reenacting the events of Jesus' life, but it became more formalized by the 3rd and 4th century into what we now know as Holy Week. That means that as we move through these scriptures this week, we're participating in a tradition that's over 1,700 years old. A tradition that's lasted through the Dark Ages, through medieval times, through famine and plague and world wars. And so it seems especially appropriate that during this COVID time, during a worldwide pandemic, we would continue to orient ourselves around the scripture, around the word that God has given us, and the life of his Son, Jesus Christ. And so today's reading centers around Mary, who pours out the costly perfume upon Jesus' feet. This is found in John chapter 12, verses 1 to 8. And so let us hear the word of the Lord together. 6 days before the Passover, Jesus came to Bethany where Lazarus lived, whom Jesus had raised from the dead. Here a dinner was given in Jesus' honor. Martha served, while Lazarus was among those reclining at the table with him. Then Mary took a pint of pure nard, an expensive perfume, and she poured it on Jesus' feet and wiped his feet with her hair, and the house was filled with the fragrance of the perfume. But one of the disciples, Judas Iscariot, who was later to betray him, objected. Why wasn't this perfume sold and the money given to the poor? It was worth a year's wages. He did not say this because he cared about the poor, but because he was a thief. As keeper of the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put into it. Leave her alone, Jesus replied. It was intended that she should save this perfume for the day of my burial. You will always have the poor among you, but you will not always have me. The word of the Lord. And so, as we celebrate this event in Jesus' life today, I would challenge you to think about how you could be worshiping Jesus extravagantly, whether that's with your time or your actions, with your heart attitude, or the way that you relate to other people as you serve them. How can you be like Mary and worship him extravagantly?